you need is just a really good classic comfort food meal to not only feed your belly, but feed your soul. And that is exactly what we're gonna be making today. I'm gonna be showing you how to make just good old American spaghetti, and I know you're gonna love it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we need to do for this spaghetti sauce recipe is actually fry up some bacon. So I've taken 7 bacon slices, and just with some kitchen shears, I've cut them up into small bacon bits and put them in a large pot over medium heat, and we're gonna crisp these up. It's gonna take about 10, 12 or so minutes. You want them to be nice and crispy. And the good news is you're not gonna have to drain off this oil afterwards, because we're gonna use that to saute up the onions after. So we're gonna let this bacon finish up frying, and then I'm going to go ahead and dice some onions in the meantime, and then we'll add those as soon as the bacon is finished. Our bacon is done and perfectly crisp, and I'm going to take it out and place it just on a plate lined with some paper towels. And this bacon is just gonna give the spaghetti sauce some extra flavor that is just really, really delicious. So go ahead and scoop it all out. Okay, perfect. And like I said earlier, there's no need to drain any of the oil, because we're gonna use the reserved bacon grease oil that's still in the pan to saute our onions. I have 3 medium-sized onions, just white onions, yellow onions, doesn't matter, they both work. And you're gonna put it right in here. I've reduced the stove heat down to medium-low, and we're gonna saute these for about 5 or so minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, until they're nice and soft and translucent, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. So the onions are translucent and nice and soft and sauteed. Now we just need to add the rest of the ingredients, which is just 3 8-ounce cans of Hunt's tomato sauce. We're gonna add 3 of them in here, fill 2 up with water, and place them in here, and then we'll add the rest of the spices and let it cook and simmer for a little bit. All right, so the tomato sauce is added along with the water, and then finish this off, we're gonna add a couple spices. So we have basil, oregano, salt, and a little bit of sugar just to balance out the acidity. We're gonna sprinkle that right in. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. You could also use olive oil if you want. And my little secret trick with pasta sauces or soups or anything like that is if you have Parmesan rinds left over, keep them in your fridge and just in a little plastic baggie, and add them to a sauce or a soup or anything like that. It just kind of adds a little bit more flavor. It's not in this particular recipe, but it's just something I always like to do. So I have just a couple little Parmesan rinds I'm gonna stick in there and just let it marinate, as well as the cooked bacon. So we're gonna toss everything back in there. We're gonna give it a good stir and then put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. It's gonna thicken really nicely. In the meantime, we're gonna get our pasta water going so we can cook our spaghetti. So by the time the spaghetti's done, the sauce is done, and we can be ready to eat. The pasta has finished cooking and the sauce has been simmering on the stove for about 20 minutes or so. You can't go wrong with this for a weeknight dinner. It's perfect for a dinner party, as always, which we always love. I need to try it, which I may or may not have already snuck a couple bites, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it here with you. So we just need a little bit of all of this. I put Parmesan on top, of course, and some fresh basil from the garden, which is my favorite addition. Cheers. This is probably really hard to eat on camera, and making sure that I don't get it all over my face and clothes. It's so good. It's perfect. It's everything that you want in a spaghetti dinner, and it's easy and it's homemade and it comes together really quickly, and everyone is gonna love it. So for this full recipe, head on over to KentuckyLiving.com. Everything that you need to know about it is there in the recipe card, plus many other recipes that I know you'll love, just like this one. Thanks so much for following me along in my kitchen today, and until next time, I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.